Kaya kita ki migrant workers but labor laws selani ki ain ki day but ki nong trei bela nashabar ke jala ki bela pentri kam hak jala Meghalaya. Hato omdan kam work permit pentri ha Meghalaya ko bela kam da umentri rang bak ke jala u Contractor ki sangma beli ha ban mi perthegi seng phalang ban penlong ki jeng ra. Kublai parlok ngapediang sngomphaya phi sa shi sin pat chakani ke jing batai lingkot ke jongi but minta ke kenti nginya kren halor ki labor laws lani kita ki an ki be day but ki nong trei bela ki bela pentre kam haga jilla barakarihi barakawai. Hakini kindia singi bela len nila saki ya ki jing khenra bagi jing pan ki kot ki sla jeng ki bar jilla ki bawan trei haga jilla ke jongi naga Khasi Students Union hakeleng saudonga Khasi ba Giant Hills haga bangi la yo iru ya ka jing sha but jong shipun ngur ki nong trei ki ba trei haki chaka ba pair kin thop ki to ba pin trei ya ka JN Stadium hapolo shlong naga daw ka jing bom piang ka jong ki ya ki kot ki sla kum ka license but ki work permit kum ta ter tika kata ka work permit. Ka work permit ka day ki kot ki sla ki badan kam ban pin shisha ba u lani ka ki la yo ya ka jing bit na ki bor ba day pet ban wat kam wat jam ban trei ban kta ban kamai jakpo ha ki wei pat ki chala ka jong kari ban pitik na ba ka kam ka ba ki trei ka day ka bala ithu ban yo ka jing ada jong ki an la ki day ki an ka jilla nani ki an kari. Ka KSU kala pinksan ki jingle ki jongka da ka ong ba kam ban se ban kit ya ka nikaling kor na mal ba ka sorkar kam shim na la ban pin bor ya ka sorkar pedeng ban pintri kam no ya ka inline permit hani ka ILP ha Meghalaya but ru ban pintri kam pura ya ki an ki badan rupa gum ka Meghalaya Interstate Migrant Workmen Regulation of Employment and Conditions of Services Rule khandai spar prapusan but ka Meghalaya Identification Registration Safety and Security of Migrant Workers Act and Rules Arajar Arpo. President Jonga KSU usamna Lombok Star Marangar ulaong bakat kum ka Meghalaya Interstate Migrant Workmen Regulation of Employment and Conditions of Service Rules khandai spar prapusan labsut ya ki kendon ki bathamai ki babatai shai halor ka jingdon kam jong ki bar jalla ban register ba ki bor ki badai pet kum ka jing sut ya ka sub rule ka balai ha ka rule ka ba art away ka ba ong the district magistrate or additional district magistrate and the superintendent of police are competent local authorities to issue documentary proof or certificates ka ba mod u district magistrate lani u additional district magistrate but u superintendent of police ki day ki ki badai pet ban ai ki kot ki sla ki bran kam nang ta uba lam ulak kedowru shakaway pat ka jingpin kala hakani ka an kum ka jingpin kala ya ka rule ka bak phra ka jingpin kala ka jingpin dap ya ka form ka basan ba ka form ba shipho ban pentik na ba ki bar jala ki bawan shakani ka jala ka jongi ki dei shisha ki nong India
isu ini jengken usu yang mutu ang bangin dan kamu permit kapan i ba ki bawan trei sa jala ni ai kinya lan tak ku kimon hangkang bu bejin kali ba ada gi an bla dan ruparu akan kaklet kom don lara iklan fang ti an basulungo kan no kat em ko kon na liang ko sang hi get ban sarkar ba kadai ban sutu kan ko pentre kam ki an
Nangta kadon sa ka Meghalaya Identification, Registration, Safety and Security of Migrant Workers Act and Rules Arajar Arpo kabapinlong kongsan yaki contractor ki bawan ra yaki nong bela na shabar ka jala baki day ban register yaki but lada kim la ban register ka long kabapian. Hato kani ka Meghalaya Interstate Migrant Workmen Regulation of Employment and Conditions of Services Rules khandai spa prapusan kadang terikam hatu menta Kadai ka jing shisha bahagi snem arajar khat khandai but arajar arpo ka sarkar India hi kala bujli no ya palat arpo tali ki labor laws ki barim ki bala pintre kam hakari kinthop ya ka Interstate Migrant Workmen Regulation of Employment and Conditions of Service Act khandai spa anyo pu khandai but haga jaka jangkini ki an klawan ra da south li ki labor codes kata ki code on wages arajar khandai Code on Industrial Relations RHRPO, Code on Social Security RHRPO, but the Code on Occupational Safety, Health and Working Conditions RHRPO. But kat kum ka jing ong jong ki kato kat ningut ki nong yasat an, la yathu ba ka binta ka bapilong kongsan ya ki interstate migrant workers lani kita ki nong trei ki bawan na shabar ka jala ban register yala de but don ya ka license ka don ha ka code on occupational safety, health and working conditions RHRPO. Ya kini ki South League ki labor code sa deb ban pinpana pai ba Henry Hado menta ompat pentri kam yaki. Ka jing ka lihang ni ka long. Hato ka sarkar Meghalaya kala 9 am yaki state rules ki baya day but kini ki South League ki labor codes. House nam RHRPO ka thanat labor kala thau South League kin hun jong ki officer hapo ka labor commissioner's office banchna yaki draft rules na ka benta kini ki South League ki labor codes. Henry Hado menta menne kampat shai la ka sarkar jilla kala deb ne am banchna ya kini ki rules. Kat kum ka jing ong jang kementri ka tanat an ka sokar jela ikong amprin ling do ka jing pentri kam ya ki an pat ki kendon ka compare na ki wei pat ki jela namar ha Meghalaya don artali ki bor ki bakmi halor ka jing ai ki license sha ki nong trei bar jela ka wei ka de ka tanat labor jang ka sokar jela pasa ka wei pat ka de ka district council. Kat kum ka jing pet jong wei war I kum ba kam don ka jing smooth ho jing mut lani ka jing trei lang hapadeng ka sokar jela bat ki district council. Manu badai ban pintik na ba unong trei bar jela udon ya ki kot kisla ki babyang de ka tanat labor lani ka district council. Kalong ka kam ka bakalan laong ikong amprin Henry la kenta ki jing keno ba kam shim la don ka nu ka jing rung jong ki bar jela klem ka jing tip jong ki por ka an kadai ka kam ram jong contractor ban register ki nong trei ki ba wan ra na shabar jong ka jela ba ka district council but ru katnat labor Henry kam shim la don ka jing shai halo ka ru kombut ya kini ki kendon Kaya ka pelong yu menteri rang ba gejela konrat ke sang ma ban ong ba kam don AA kum kata ka work permit ha gejela. Dang shen menteri rang ba gejela konrat ke sang ma ula pinshai pai ba kam don kata ka work permit ha gejela na ka benta ki nong trei bar jela. Henry ka don ka jing penrung kerteng ya kini ki nong trei ba ka tnat labor ka pelong ka bekongsan.
No, there is nothing called work permit. There is a registration that is done by the Labour Department, and that is what is the only policy that is followed by our state. And this, as you know, was done by our government only in the first MDA1, and it's the Labour Department that looks into all these aspects. But registrations are mandatory, and this is done, and this was done, if you recall, from all aspects. Number one, as I said, to provide safety for the respected individuals and laborers also, and also to keep a full database of the different laborers who are working in the state.
Ulong maki contractor ki bonra ya kini ki dong trei ki don kaman penrung kerteng ya ki but ka don ka jing penchitom ya ki contractor ki baya ilaj na kani ka hukum. But kani ka kendon ka don ha ka Meghalaya Identification, Registration, Safety and Security of Migrant Workers Act and Rules RHRPO.
Regarding the point that the contractors have to, it is a must. That's what the law says. So there is no question of any contractor not registering any of the laborers coming in from outside. So the law passed by the Meghalaya Assembly says that they should. My point being that if there are any contractors who are not doing, let the organizations, individuals, public inform the state government, and state government will then take the action. But individuals cannot take action, organizations cannot take action against this contract. This is what I'm saying.
Shosho ukonrat ula ong ba om don unu lani kanu ka seng ka badan hok ban pan ban pet iki kot kisla jong kini kinong trei bat lada ki le ya kani ki pen ken ya ka an bat ki pulet ki la ban le ya ka ban kam.
Number one, nobody is authorized to check these papers. That's number one. And nobody can. Of course, there are incidents where individuals go or organizations go and all, but that is not as per the law. So therefore, they are completely on the wrong side of the law when they go and check. And just to inform that the government and the police has in fact filed cases against, 4 cases have been filed, FIRs have been filed against different organizations who have done this in the past few days. The question of implementing the ILP doesn't arise because ILP has not been passed or not been implemented or not been enforced in the state of Meghalaya. MRSSA is a fact, again, you are aware that we had passed the MRSSA, made the amendments in it, but it was at the governor's level, and governor had then sent it or mentioned that it should be sent to the central government, home ministry, for president's assent, and accordingly we had sent it. They had sent back and asking us to look into different aspects, which again we are examining those aspects and seeing how to move forward, because a lot of points that were mentioned by government. But as I said, taking the law in their own hands and going and do the checking, social checking or whatever they may call it, is something that is actually not at all acceptable. And as I said, as per law and the provisions of the law, the police will take necessary action.
Hagawe patkaliang ka KSU kelapan remjur ya ke jingkren jong menti rangbat jong ke jela ukon raki sangma bat ong ba lada ke sorkar hi kamla ban le ya ke kam ke bala binshat haka ke seng hi kan ya chakmat ban shimti ya ke ni ke kam.
Bila dah kesorkari ke lawan rak ke amendment sekirut kesorkari ke ongin donkam tini yang ong sekumlu kan. Ngiling ke jingle jingi kalau mi kesutia sorkar ni rak mereka ke an sorkar kam semua pelak mereka.
Hoi, ke Sarkar India kala bujlino ya ke Interstate Migrant Workmen Regulation of Employment and Conditions of Service Act katkandai Spanya bukandai da ke Code on Occupational Safety, Health and Working Conditions arajar arpo. Henry habaga Sarkar India kampat shimla pinpna paipa ban pintri kami kini ki South League Labor Codes but habaga Sarkar jela kampat dep banchna ya kita ki rules na ke binta kini ki South League Labor Codes Hato kemud bakaan ke berim kata ka Interstate Migrant Workmen Regulation of Employment and Conditions of Service Act kadang terikam pisngo kumno. Pinsngo kini agi jutang jong pi hakani ka comment section hapo but what klet ban like, share but subscribe ya kani ka channel ka jong ni. Detat hadu ka way pat kapor ngadi iban kente mauri nagabanta upo Front Media. Kublay kapor ka jong pi baro.